Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another horrific game. Tonight, I'm joined once again by the fine folks at Brotherhood of the Dice and Infinite Monkey Tales, as we take part in the next session of the Draconis Trilogy, an alien RPG created by Free League Games. Just give me a second, I put my teeth back in. Having some technical difficulties with my mouth. But tonight's a bit of a different one. We are doing a session 0. So we are getting ready for the third part of the trilogy, Heart of Darkness. The tagline is, the company found a new life form and they want you to study it. Their offer is uncharacteristically generous. Your catalogue this organism, determine how they can use it and bring it back so they can slap their patent on it. It all seems too good to be true. So here we are, session 0. What we are going to do tonight is have a bit of a recap. How we got here, how the games join together, because each part of the trilogy could be played as a separate entry, of course, so there's no need to play all 3 in order. You can take them out of context, but for the sake of completion, this is what we're doing. So I shall hand you over to our mother. Mummy!
Oh!
Mummy!
I wasn't expecting that.
Now, so this is the third part, Heart of Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do first? Do you want to go over some of the best bits of the last?
Yeah, well,
session?
I think if we maybe because I think it's helpful, even though like you say, you can play them standalone. You can play one of the scenarios and never play any others, or you could play them in. Well, it won't make it. You have to play them in a certain order, but they do kind of some threads from the previous 2 scenarios do get tied up in this one. So I guess it would be, since it's been a while, I guess it would be helpful, maybe interesting to have a little bit of a refresher of what's gone before. It does mean we're having to like sideline Jake for a little bit.
I could tell you what my triggers are in the meantime, so I won't be sidelined. My triggers are oxygen, vastness of space, talks of alien, spaceships, space travel. So as long as we keep that all out of the recap, I think I should be fine.
He's going to fit in so well.
So, of course, the first scenario, the first, I think, 6 sessions of this was Chariot of the Gods. The job was routine, the money fair, then the damn company diverted due to answer a distress call from in a ship that disappeared almost 80 years ago. A derelict carrying something bizarre, twisted, and alien. And I do believe we met some of the twisted alien things. So obviously, a bit of a recap. These are all picked by Guideout, of course, the sort of momentous points of the game. So spend a wee second as we go through this.
I just took a straight route down.
Did you mean to do that, or did you mean to follow, or were you following the captain?
Well,
Just
just found
remember,
at that
folks.
door, so just sort of rushed down.
But yeah, no. But would you follow the captain, or were you going to? Was it your
just
intention?
because I was nearest door, so I just ran down. Because
Yeah, no. But was your intention to follow the captain, or?
no.
Do you hear the warnings?
Left, so I just hit
okay,
straight down.
okay, yeah. So you can.
Do you hear the warnings?
Yeah,
Are you
he
sure you want to do this?
Door, and then we heard I was
Yeah,
falling,
so-
and he obviously pulled down, so I just grabbed it, went down nearest door.
So make us an observation roll then.
Find it. I will. Was it skills?
Yep.
Oh, there it is. Right. Cool.
Okay. So,
Oh, got a
Sham, you're here,
Yep.
and you hear a noise. Sounds like something being thrown around, like it's banging and crashing coming from inside the mess. And opening the door, you can't see anything at first, and then look up towards the top side of the room, and you see this thing crouched over what's left of John's, tearing huge chunks out of him and swallowing it down. And you get a stress. You can add a stress as you see. This is what you see. I'll show you what you. So it's kind of this humanoid creature with this huge bulbous head that's like tapered towards the back, and this almost like gaunt skeletal frame, and this white, almost translucent skin.
Has it popped up or?
Ah, there we are. There we go. This is what you see.
Oh shit! Yeah, I have a mild panic attack on this spot.
Yeah, so you need to. So yeah, you
This
get
was
About
our
the stress,
first introduction.
Okay, and you need to roll a stress as well.
Oh, an extra one.
Yeah, roll a panic. Okay. So yeah, you start to tremble uncontrollably. All skill rolls using agility suffer a -2 modification until your panic stops. You're at panic level 8. Let's see. See if this thing notices you. So yeah, this thing at the noise of you appear like come opening the door, and you're like,
And probably that.
yeah, this thing turns its head and sees you. Although you can't, it doesn't appear to have. You can't see any eyes on it, and it opens its mouth, lets out a hiss, and comes charging straight towards you.
Can it do anything?
You can enter combat and see what happens.
I'd rather just close the door.
We'll see if you get to act. Right, so
I'd rather not get into combat. I'd rather just close the door behind. Be like, bye.
okay, right. Right, so let's. So I will let you get. I will give you before we roll for initiative. It's over the other side of the room. It is fast, but I'll let you make a. I would say mobility. It is mobility. Yeah, make a mobility roll. See if you can get the door closed.
Right.
Get back through the door before it gets over to you.
Mobility. Come on.
Oh wow. No.
No, I just like
another panic. Another
doing
panic roll. Chance number 4. So yeah, you're fumbling with the door, trying to get the door shut. Oh, you're just frozen by fear.
I just do the long stare. You know that? The camera.
Frozen by fear or stress for 1 round, and you lose your next slow action.
Increase your stress bar.
Yeah, if it hasn't done it already,
Oh no, right.
it might do it automatically. But if it hasn't, then it should do it automatically.
All right.
Okay.
Was it 4? No, it didn't.
Okay, so yeah, I'll have to
One,
do
right.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this thing just charges straight at you. So yeah, you're going to be in combat with it. And unsurprisingly, X first. So it comes barreling towards you. Okay, right.
Oh, no.
Wow. So it kind of charges, like I say, just comes barreling towards you, knocking all these tables and chairs aside, and it like stops kids to a halt, like just a few feet in front of you. And hisses reveal. It's like you can see its jaw like distends, its teeth. You can smell it's like this like fetid, like foul breath that smells like fresh meat. And you must make another panic roll. Oh my god! So you're frozen again.
I just like
Okay.
I can't go in the comms or anything. That's me. Just wibble.
Okay, so you're frozen. You can take. So you're frozen for a round. Let me just see. Right. So you're frozen for a round, but you lose your next slow action on the following round, I guess. So yeah, this thing goes for you again. Oh, where does it actually do anything? Oh my god. Okay, so it comes at you and like flicks its tail, whips its tail at you with this huge like spike on the end of it, and impales you with this razor sharp tail spike. Okay, so you can make an armor roll. So it halves any armor rating. Okay, so
that's 1.
Yeah, okay, well we'll let you have that. Should just roll 1 die for it. But anyway, so yeah, so it's just one. So you take, in that case, you take 2 points of damage. If the attack causes damage, it automatically triggers critical injury 66. Ow! Killing the victim outright.
What?
Wow. I think that's straight through the head.
Oh shit!
I believe that's straight through the head.
Oh,
Jam!
Woo!
That thing's got real quite quickly.
Shit's
Didn't
gone
he?
down.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's straight through. Yeah, so yeah, just whips its tail forward and just the spike from its tail just punctures straight through your helmet and straight through your head, and you're dead.
Oh my.
Sham is dead.
no, just really didn't even get the scream.
Little did Colin know that was going to happen multiple times.
Yeah, God. One thing we learned is this game relies on teamwork. Yes, there's a bit of interplayer rivalry, etc. But you meet one of these things on your own, you're dead. Like that's it. No ifs, buts, or maybes. These things are lethal.
Well, Flea didn't give a shit about that, does he, really? Because I remember him just barreling in a load of guns, didn't you, Flea?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just didn't give a shit because everyone was asking what to do. All right, I'm off.
Well, yeah, but we were colonial marines, not colonial pussies.
Mm.
Well,
Flea
that
got
was
his load of dust.
That was
I
the
think this
second
is
That's the
important for
second
this
one, though.
scenario.
We're not
We're
there
not
yet.
Marines.
Yeah. So yeah, that is very much so. Worth remembering that you are not Marines at all. I mean, even the Marines in Destroyer of Worlds, when they were, if they weren't organised, they could quite easily get mown down.
Did.
Yeah, did.
Yeah.
I think there was as much running away as there was firing of guns.
I think Mark and I had a competition to see how many characters we could go through in Destroyer of Worlds. I think the two of us were like,
It wasn't
solid
running
enough.
away. It was tactical repositioning.
So for Jake's benefit, is it worth going through like kind of what the missions were and roughly what we did?
I'm actually familiar with the
Oh, are you?
missions in
Oh.
general, but
I think
I'm game to hear a good story anytime.
we were advancing, but in the wrong direction.
Is that the only one in charge? Yeah, there's only one from this in charge of gods. Is that right?
Sorry?
I'm the only person in this group that was in charge of gods.
Yeah.
You are, yeah. So it was Mark, John, Legitimine, Andy, and
Me and
Irva.
Irva.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So survived in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the thing with each of the scenarios as well is they're clearly inspired by the first three of the films as well. So Chariot of the Gods is Alien, despite the fact that it doesn't have the classic Alien in it.
Yeah.
And there's more than one. But yeah, it's clearly inspired by that.
Yeah.
Don't forget about my Prometheus. Don't forget about my Prometheus. Okay, Ridley. Calm down.
Wait, does this mean this mean
we'll forget about your
effectively going to be
Prometheus.
playing?
Just settle.
You want Flea?
Does this mean we're effectively going to be playing Alien 3? I am not shaving my head.
Well,
I've done it for everybody.
that's jumping ahead a little bit, but yeah. So the second one, of course, is Destroyer of Worlds, which is clearly, well, you all play Marines, so it's clearly Aliens.
Yeah, that's right.
Although I think what was the squad called? Was it Charlie Squad or
Charlie Squad? Yeah. So
Charlie
obviously
Squad,
we were
Charlie.
an elite bunch of
Losers.
top-notch
elite?
Losers.
elite Marines,
Elite.
and don't make mistakes.
No.
No, in the very first session,
and don't do anything naughty.
did something very, but yeah. Well, I'd say some people in the squad did things very bad.
Flea.
Me? No, I solved the situation that was getting out of control.
Funny you should mention it. Maybe we should revisit our moment of glory in Destroyer of Worlds.
Oh God, this is going to be
The moment where I considered tearing up the scenario and walking away.
Yeah.
Which moment was that then? Because there were several I can think of. Quite a few. It's like there's more than one. What a choice!
This is true. Oh, it's a quiet one.
Yeah, it's the sound.
Professional starting off so well.
I don't think the sound's on.
There will be no spoilers in this clip.
Shh, give it away, you will.
It's a lot calmer.
I don't think this was ever planned for in this scenario.
No, I didn't. I don't think the events that took place. I don't think it was. It was accounted for.
All I did was take out a group of possible terrorists.
No.
Yes, yes. Yes, I did.
Terrorist
Yes, I
in
did.
your mind. So yeah, we went to the big ship, didn't we?
That's
Uh,
fine. It's like while other people were trying to have a ball kicking competition and missing, I
So-
did. I thought, well, if one of these like people dressed as civilians is a terrorist with a bomb, we're all going to die here. So I thought the sensible thing to do would be to remove any chance of that happening. So I gunned down the entire group of people that was in this hangar. How was I to know that they were all in fact innocent civilians and not one of them was carrying a bomb? I mean, there's no way to know until you stop the trigger and the explosions don't happen. I mean, it's one of those things.
Save the one that got away and blew up the.
So except the one who
disabled
got
the
away.
ship.
Hang on, I mean that happened. Didn't that happen before?
Oh, I can't remember. Oh, maybe.
I know that there was like.
Oh, no, it must have done. It must have.
There was a
before,
rush.
yeah.
There was a rush
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
ship, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There was a rush on the Monty Python. I think the ship was called.
The
and it's
Moynihan.
Like that, this bloke blew up and utterly, completely destroyed the ship, and everybody.
Yeah, hang on, Flavor. Get into the feedback here.
Ran in our direction.
Oh, what? Is it working? No.
One of Hammer's many moments of glory.
Genocide.
No, look. It can't be genocide. There's some of them left on the planet.
Well, if you can't get the sound to work, you'll be able to see my jaw in the floor. The visuals will be there where I start holding
the
my
look
head.
on everybody's
Why are you
face.
We all know what's coming.
What? It's like it's one of those gaming moments that anyone who was there, no one will forget.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to see Flea's face as the drool is like dripping. A rabid.
No, I'm pretty sure no matter what happened during like Destroy of Worlds, the look on Hammer's face never changed.
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Poor Hammer. He's just a product of the system.
But yeah, so what? So Destroyer of Worlds, like I say, was clear. It's clearly alien. They get a squad of Marines that are sent in to recapture a group of AWOL Marines that had supposedly, excuse me, supposedly stolen some intel, some secret intel. Turns out they'd actually been infected with or impregnated or potentially impregnated with aliens, or but then also subjected to the cure that came from the ship in Chariot of Gods, but all which did cure some of them, but then mutated others. Oh, we should have that, don't we? The was it your character, Colin? Another one of your characters who went out incredibly quickly when they went to the rendezvous point where they're supposed to be handing over where one of the terrorist groups was handing over one of the Marines supposedly.
Yeah.
And you found one of the AWOL Marines that had mutated into this hybrid alien creature and proceeded to kill your character with before they even had a chance to move, I believe, again.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You stormed that complex like Osama bin Laden's compound. Perfect tactical efficiency, and then we go upstairs and Colin was dead.
Yeah, and it's like poor jet ski. Poor jet ski died falling downstairs in the most embarrassing way possible.
Yep.
There was a nuclear hand grenade as well.
Oh yeah, the hand grenade went off, didn't it?
Yeah.
And killed a load of
killed almost everybody downstairs. And then what happened to jet ski? He fell down the stairs and impaled himself on a broken banister.
And impaled himself on a broken banister.
Yes.
That was funny. That was
I
funny.
think
There was
Colin
some-
lost his head as well, didn't he? I think upstairs.
he did. Yes, I
Well,
believe he did.
yeah.
I
Then we
believe he did.
killed the android, didn't we, and stuffed him in a
Yes.
Barrel, yeah.
I
And
think
so-
it was
Or
me or Colin
completely
who done that.
innocent android who was actually trying to help each other, but it was just he'd
We-
been hacked
we-
by an AI.
Zero.
We've seen
Zero
enough
way
aliens
you're
to know
innocent.
there's no
I
such
warned
thing as
him.
completely
I
innocent
pointed to him.
android.
I said, if anything blows up when we're gone, and I'm going to know what you're doing, and it's going to be bad for you. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. So he deserved to die, but unfortunately, it weren't his own actions that did it.
This was
Which we didn't know.
this was prior to the storming of the compound, wasn't it? As well.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
right at the beginning.
Yeah,
Like we
this-
just got out the gates. Our first location.
When we were at the med center and we left him behind to go
Yeah.
through some files, and then we headed off to the oil refinery.
So you went to the spaceport. Less said
We
about
did.
that, the better. Then you went to the nightclub. Where
Yeah.
you picked up some leads that led you to the med center, where you encountered with Flea headbutted an alien to death.
I
He
did.
did,
My
yeah.
God, I headbutted an alien.
Yeah.
See,
He
that
actually
gunner
did.
is just at first he stops like a major terrorist incident. Then he stops everybody from dying by headbutting the teeth out an alien. He will then ensure that the android's secret files were kept safe by spending the rest of the game walking around with the android's head tied to his belt. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you went from the Medi Center. That led you to the old oil refinery,
Yeah.
where Colin's character tortured your ally,
Yep.
and severed all of his limbs, and then stuffed all his parts into an oil barrel and set fire to him.
Can you really torture? I've got to be honest though. Can you really torture a machine?
Isn't that the Turing test though? The ultimate debate?
Yeah.
Well, it got did it? Certainly had a good go. And then
Needless
there
to
was
say, this descended into absolute chaos.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Characters that Mark go through on that. He went through quite a few characters, didn't he, Mark? Did.
Was
Was
it 3 or 7?
I don't know. That's quite a few.
It was Mark did go through quite a few characters on that one.
Which he
Yeah,
failed.
yeah. We were all sad to see Jet Ski go though. Jet Ski with his belt. Smell the belt.
Jet Ski deserved a better ending.
It did. I didn't think it. I thought he would have survived longer. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was Jet Ski.
He was the one who tripped up and landed on the broken banister.
Yeah, it was, wasn't
He
it?
chucked the grenade in first of all, didn't he?
Yeah.
Kind of done it to himself, really.
Damn, those grenades.
Yeah, they are pretty lethal.
That was a proper movie grenade, like mini nuclear explosion.
Yeah. They are quite devastating. But yeah, so moved on. I think after all that, moved on from there. Then there was a big the full scale invasion of the moon, and then there was a massive EMP blast that took everything out, and then you all retreated into the fortress.
We did.
And I think it just got worse from there. I think.
Yep.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
This is where all the aliens are. Woohoo, let's go!
Yeah. So they pretty much most of the base
So
have been converted
we were-
into
Yeah,
alien.
This
hands,
is
wasn't
this is the moment where Dial broke.
we went skipping like blindly into oblivion. What?
Oh god.
That was it. That was the.
That whole thing went on for 35 minutes. I actually had to cut it right down to 10 because
Yeah.
that whole thing was like about quarter of the game.
Yeah.
And the fallout from that.
Thing.
Bring Phil, please.
But I was being a hero.
Yeah.
I had to get to support sessions after that.
The thing that got me was they were arguing about searching the civilians, and I was in the middle. My character was in the middle of doing it. Like my character was the other side of the hangar, actually going through Them lining them up, searching them while they're arguing about searching them for a suicide vest.
True. Yeah.
And then Hammer, kind of
Hammer time.
Yeah.
The dice rolls, though, when you watch that back. By the way, I'll be making these available on the channel so you can go and have a look. They're heading at the moment, but yeah, that was all dice rolls that caused that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just kind of like bad dice roll, bad dice roll, bad dice roll, bad dice roll. Then I decided to take action. Brilliant dice roll. Oh yeah.
Yeah, opened up with a smart gun on a group of civilians that were lined up against a wall as well.
It just makes them easy, but that just makes them easier to shoot. Look, also, I'm only going to say this one more time. Yeah, suspected terrorists.
Yeah.
The only suspected terrorist was you.
No, I was the only. I was probably no. I think actually I was the only one.
You were definitely not following orders. Let's just be clear about that.
You're a very naughty boy, weren't you?
I remember stepping forward, doing like I'm going to do something about this guy. Yeah. Look, Hammer. Yeah, look. Yeah, he knows how to follow orders.
Yeah.
After which the next noise that came out of everybody's lips was kind of like Wibble.
So who ended up surviving in the complex in the end then? Because we ended up.
It was Colin. Which character was yours, Colin? I can't remember. It was
Mason died.
Yeah.
Then did I take over Iona at that point?
I think you did. You took over Sergeant Iona, yeah. And of course, so Iona survived, and one of Mark's characters that was one of a generic Marine that we had. I introduced.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, Marine number 7.
Marine number 7.
I remember had to scramble about a third of the way or 2/3 of the way into it to get more characters because we're just dropping like flies.
I got near the end, didn't I? But I can't remember how I died.
You did. I can't remember how many. Did you get into?
I think. Oh no, you died in the fire because I checked the grenade in, didn't I? You're in the corner.
I remember there were 3 of us who made it into the elevator. I was one of them.
Yeah.
Mark and
Colin was the other, and I think Mark was the third.
It wasn't Iona, was it? Iona was there.
I can't remember.
It was the next character. Flip's sake, it was
only 3 of you.
I suppose the point of this game is you do not get to it. It's okay to invest in a character, but do not get attached.
No. Did we outsmart the computer? Because we found out it was the computer controlling.
It was
a synthetic, yeah.
The synthetic was overriding everything.
Doctor up or whatever. They put the doctor in cryo sleep.
Yeah.
And said we've got to get him out. And I think we screwed him over, didn't we?
I think what did happen to the guy in the cryo chamber?
I think we just left him. He was going to be a spare character.
I just remember thinking like he wasn't in the elevator with us. Did we just kind of like leave him down there?
Do you remember we fought the Queen and like blew everything up?
Yeah.
I think that's.
Yeah.
We left the doctor.
Surprisingly, I think the fight with the Queen was the one that went most favorable than the other fights, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the one where Andy's character died.
It was.
Yeah, I chucked a grenade in, and then that caught fire. And everyone else got caught fire.
Yeah.
Well, he was dragged away in the corner.
I believe we won by
definition.
Dealing with the computer.
No, we won by definition.
Yeah.
In the fact that everybody else was dead, we won.
Yeah, I think we did.
Including all the civilians.
I can't remember what we did because there was the Draconis strain, weren't there? That was everything in the basement that they were trying to size and all that. I can't remember if we got that out or if it stayed in.
I don't think you did. I think somebody wanted to, because of course, one of the big things of the cinematic scenarios in Aliens. It isn't a thing in the campaign game. I don't think, but in the cinematic scenarios, every character has a secret agenda. But yeah, I think one of the characters' agendas was to get was to get some of the samples out, and some of the other characters were being coerced into doing so. Sergeant Hammer.
La, 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 la. So what was that?
Sergeant Hammer was in cahoots. That did. I can't remember if that came out in the end.
That did not come out. No.
Yeah, Sergeant Hammer was in cahoots with the AI.
It didn't come out because I'm pretty sure before anything had a chance to come out, I was also involved in killing them.
Yes. But yeah, so just 2 characters made it onto the space elevator, but then of course the space elevator was in tatters because of the like low orbit battle that had been going off, and then Colin's character, Mark's character, managed to steal a couple of suits and managed to make it to an EV pod that was just drifting in low orbit.
That was okay.
It was, wasn't it? It was.
Right.
Not really, because we weren't alone.
Oh yeah, well you were. It's just that Mark's character, Marine number 7, was infected.
It's one of the. I've got to know. At the end, was it a boy or was it a girl?
It was neither. It was one of the. It was one of those new. So it wasn't. It wasn't. It didn't have an embryo. It wasn't like infected with like an embryo or anything. It was. It was more like it was one of the new ones. It was one of the new ones. I forget
it was kind of like an exogenic menopause kind of thing.
It was unique to that scenario. I forget what to call them.
That's one thing we've done really well with the game.
That's what we'll call them. We'll call them bastards.
Yeah. Now that's incorporated. Now I know what you were doing.
Yeah. They've incorporated stuff from the movies and
but in a good way.
Some of the books in a good way, but also they've brought their own flavor. So obviously, as mad scientists are experimenting with these things, new things will pop up, and they manage to bring the game, the whole universe forward through the eyes of the game, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Brought in the new stuff without any of the pitfalls of the new stuff.
So we're pretty much up to date then.
Yes, I believe so. So that's it. Right, we'll see you next time.
So the question now is, how many times are we gonna die this time? Yeah.
So this time we have, of course, got a new crew member. We've got Jake is joining us this time.
Welcome. Enjoy your stay.
I'm actually after hearing all of this, I'm just going to brush off my CV and see if there's another party I could apply to.
It's all right. You'll meet me anyway. You won't be here long. None of us will be.
It's fine. I haven't got a smart. Everything's okay. I haven't got a smart gun this time.
True.
Just use your head fully, you'll be fine.
Not going to stop me from beating people to death with my fists, but.
Must be allowed.
Yeah, you know the meme. Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne. Jesus Christ, that's Gordon Freeman. He's beating everybody to death with a crowbar.
One day.
Yeah. So now, so this time we'll be taking on the third. Sorry, it's a bit loud. That
it is.
It's loud to prevent us hearing the skittling of aliens getting closer. I know what you're doing. Hey, hold on.
Oh.
This game is great for paranoia.
Oh.
Who's gone?
Colin's gone.
Colin's?
Oh, something strange happened there.
What?
It did.
What's going on? Oh,
everybody decided to leave and then come back.
No, you did.
Surprise!
You left us.
Yeah, you abandoned us.
Everybody else froze. I was fine. And that's my story. And I'm like, that was strange.
Yeah, very.
Swap places. Oh,
is that everybody back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta love the interwebs. Never a hassle.
I'm not sure how loud that is in the coming through on the thing.
You can adjust your own volume, can't you? So
Yeah,
No, it's
that's better.
it's okay.
Yeah, yes, easy to adjust that.
Can you? I haven't seen
That was very strange. Everyone just vanished and then
Mm.
we started again. But at
Mhm.
least we're back. Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so we'll be kicking off with the third in the series, which is called Heart of Darkness, and as sort of intimated, this will be taking inspiration from Alien 3. Oh, blimey!
So
This is taking inspiration from Alien 3, and the music just went boom, 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 boom.
but we're not prisoners. We are
No,
Space monks,
no.
space nuns.
Now-
Ooh.
How familiar are you with this one, Jake?
Unfamiliar. This one I did not read.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all right.
I didn't prepare it. I didn't run it. I didn't read it. So I'm actually coming in quite green on this.
Nice.
Have you run the other ones, Jake? Or
I've run the first two. The book Beginning Adventure and the starter box.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, did
poorly. I ran them poorly.
Oh, I doubt that. Did we did anybody here playing? I did run the Hopes Last Day a couple of times. The one that's from the
from the
rule
set?
book.
No,
Is it starter set or the rule book?
it's a rule book. Sorry, apologies.
Yeah,
because Chart of the Gods is in the starter set.
Yeah. But I don't think anybody here played in that, did they?
Nope.
No.
That was something we were considering.
Yeah, it is good, that one. It is good. It's like a nice little. Supposed to take one session. I think it took 3 last time. I ran it.
I am too.
But yeah, so we've got a new crew member. We've lost a few, a couple, but new crew member on board. There is room for a potential 6, maybe. Have we got? Yeah, we've got 5
people you know you want to play.
So this one takes inspiration from Alien 3, where it's I'm not gonna say much more on that because it's kind of spoils some of the intro bits of it.
Yeah. If you know, you'll know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more the background than the actual movie itself. I think going by the synopsis here, which I'm reading.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's You'll find out. Some of it's explained in the intro, and the rest will come to light as we play it. So, is it possible to turn the volume of that down a bit, Colin? Or
There should be a master volume at top.
Is there? I don't see that.
How's that?
It could be that there are actually aliens in my home now, based on the sound. So I'm not sure.
I've had the same problem running games before, where every track jumps up to the max volume.
Oh God, is it me? Sorry, I thought it was something that you were playing, Colin. It's me.
Oh, it's
it's you, right? No, I have nothing.
Next track.
Well, I mean,
sorry, I apologize. I didn't realize the audio was playing from Foundry.
I behave myself. I close my windows when I'm done with something.
Wait, I wasn't even in Foundry.
No,
and I heard
something in the background. It's just.
I apologize, Colin. We're blaming you for everything.
Of course,
turn it down, Colin. It's just loud. I'm just going to skip through these then because they.
Don't worry. You see, they blamed me for killing a bunch of civilians as well.
What you did?
Why can't
I might have been responsible for lining them up. Might have been partly my fault. I tell you what, while you're doing that, shall we give this away? What do you think?
Yes, why not?
Oh, see, we're here. We didn't have many entrants, but that means everyone gets more of a chance. So, grand total of 5 people entered for the giveaway, the physical copy of the scenario. As you see, still sealed, brand new.
Wow. I like those odds.
Yeah, that's it's either really frustrating or if you don't get it, I'm sorry. What a
Yeah, I
fine
know it.
chance. But doing 3,
Oh, yeah. 1,
3,
2,
3,
3.
click.
Oh, blow my eyes.
Who is it? Who is it?
Ooh.
Cameron
Cameron
John
John.
2686. Congratulations.
So,
A worthy winner.
Winner, there was a video went out telling you to sign up for our email list. So obviously I have that email. You just follow the instructions. Well done. For those of you who wonder what's going on, we do give stuff away. We've already given away a starter set and we will be giving away more in future. So there you go. Yeah, sign up to our email list, the Horrific newsletter, and things like this are popping up. Not just, you don't just get the weekly newsletter that knows what's happening, but various things you need to be part of the club for to be involved. So thanks for everyone that took part in that. Cameron John 2686. I will get that copy out to you as soon as possible. And there you go. You can enjoy it too. And just an example, here's the character sheet. Like, these are nice. Like, I think these have to be the nicest character sheets ever.
they are, well, free league stuff, all free league stuff is really.
Oh, absolutely. Like, there's absolutely tons. And this is my copy, of course. Not read, not opened. Look, still sealed. wait until the scenario's finished before I actually look at stuff.
Yeah, my surprisingly, I don't know if that's of some concern, but surprisingly, mine's still sealed as well.
Oh, there's. Oh, we're in my school.
Brilliant.
Okay, well, thanks for coming on. Yeah, now he has to run it. Cameron has to run a game now.
Oh yeah, you can't have it. And not
If you got the box set, you have to run the game. That's the rules.
Definitely. So part of what we're going to do today is kind of a session 0. So we're going to pick characters, maybe introduce the characters, talk about the characters. A bit of a description of the characters. The only thing, because most of the information of the characters isn't kind of secret as such. Only the agendas that I mentioned before are secret. So if every character has 3 agendas. Each scenario is split into 3 acts. At the beginning of each act, each character gets a new secret agenda. At the end of each act, each character's secret agenda is assessed, and if they have, if I decide they have actively progressed that agenda by putting themselves, and they've got to actively do it by putting themselves out there. If it doesn't count, if they achieve their objective just by chance, or because somebody actually, through the actions of other people, they've got to actively pursue that agenda themselves, even if it means putting themselves at risk. So if that person has progressed that agenda themselves actively, then they're awarded a story point. And the story point is basically a little metagame resource that you can use to for reroll. I think it's a reroll. It's that long since we've used it. I think
it's an automatic success.
It's automatic success. That's right. Yeah,
you can spend the story point, get an automatic success.
So you can either turn a failed check into a success, or add an additional success to an already successful roll, because sometimes multiple successes are useful. That still seems really loud.
Well, we're fine here. Yeah, that's where the stunts and all come in. So if you succeed, have multiple successes on an action, you can jump into the stunts and do amazing things, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah. And it's worth pointing out, not that it makes much difference. Well, it does, depending on what happens after this. So story points are awarded to the player, not the character.
Yeah.
So there is the question: did anyone have any story points on their character that they didn't use in Destroyer Worlds, which I completely forgot about?
Yeah, I
did
had
too.
3.
I did. I had about 10.
I meant to tell you about something that I've completely forgotten about. Yes, I had 6.
Well, we can go back over the videos. At the
Yeah, I'm
end
sure
and-
we can find out. So yeah, so
I'm not sure. So I'm
No,
gonna go
don't check. Don't check. I had 3.
so the maximum, of course, is
I was
3.
robbed of a story point because one of my things was like prove one of my things during the first session was like prove that I am a better marine than everybody else. Kill more enemies. I killed a warehouse full of enemies and I didn't get a single story point for that.
What do you call civilians enemies, mate? There might be enemies.
Look.
You.
In my psychotic mind, they were enemies.
Yeah.
You got to admit, Hammer, it was a great psychosis.
It was an interesting character. It was one of my favorite characters.
I've got to be honest, he was great fun to play.
So we have 7 characters to choose from.
Cool.
Some people have anyway, we're going to go through the characters, and then people are going to decide which character they're taking, which character they're portraying, and we'll move on. And then we'll move on from there, depending on what time we're on. So we have got Captain. Oh, some of the names. Captain Aloysia Lugar III. Who is the pilot of the ship that you were traveling on, the Theterina.
Put your hand up, Andy.
I was just pointing to you, mate.
I'm
being a captain of anything, mate.
So yeah, we got Theterina. So I'm not going to put I'm not chuck the character sheet up because I think once people have picked them, then we can we'll let the players introduce a little bit about their background. But this is Captain Aloysia Lugar III. So she's what I will say, she's a pilot employed in the employ of the Wayland Yutani company. Yes. So then we have Colonel Doctor Sezje Drebowski. So I believe she is from the UPP, the United Thingy of Peoples. Oh, I can't remember what it stands for, but essentially the kind of Russian
United Partnership of Planets.
United People's Planets or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, Colonel Doctor. This is Colonel Doctor.
Can't see it.
I'll bring it up so we can show
Where's Colonel Doctor?
Yeah, where is
Colonel Doctor. There we go. Here she is. Colonel Doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Colonel Doctor Zezja Zdrobowski. And she is I believe she's a scientist. So most of the other characters, bar 2 other characters, they're all part of a science team. So the members of the science team from the Gelhod Institute, which is a big sort of high prestige scientific research think tank kind of thing, that their like their mantra, if you like, their like ethic is that science, the progression of science comes above everything. So they don't recognize political boundaries. So members of the Gelhod Institute come from all over the known universe, or from all factions.
A bit like International Space Station kind of thing.
Yeah. So people come from all backgrounds, all factions. Then we've got. Sorry, I'm just going to turn that volume down because it's still a bit crazy.
Yeah, you might need to loop it on one quiet song or something.
For some reason, it's not I'm not affecting the volume anymore. That's weird.
I don't know.
Does that work?
Oh yeah,
Sweet.
yeah. I think
There we
yours
go.
was overpowering mine. There we go. That's better.
There we go.
Yeah. And then we've got Dr. Lark, honorary psychiatrist. But Dr. Lark is a synthetic, I believe. Yes, she is. But again, she's a member of the Gelhod Institute, which she's been granted a honorary degree. Psychiatrist. I think she's a psychiatrist. I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to put it so. This is Dr. Lark. And then we've got Dr. So I'm not sure what faction, if any, Dr. Lark is a member of. And then we've got Dr. Tetsu Ejira. Here it is. Again, another scientist from the Gelhod Institute, of course. And then we have Dr. Berger Hedenstrom, PhD. Oh, professor, sorry, not a doctor. Yeah. And then another professor, Professor Hector Navarra, PhD. And finally, we had the only military trained member of personnel on the ship. Shall I show this picture, Jake? Because you wanted this character, and
I find it's kind of could go almost either way in today's sensibilities. So it's fine to show the character who is in fact male.
Yeah, no, because I think you're right.
By biological definition, at least.
That I can see that. I think it could quite easily be male. I mean, they're obviously young anyway, aren't they? I mean, does it say their age? I can't remember if it said their age.
Yeah, it does. I believe I'm 42 actually. So
what?
Damn, that's some skincare regime.
Well, I mean, they did have really 39. Good skincare back in the future.
But also, how long have they been in cryosleep?
Yeah. I was thinking they were 20s.
Did the whole section in the book about cryosleep? And
age 39. 39.
Yeah, 39.
Yeah, we're all between like 35 and 42, or other than the good Dr. Navari, who is closer to 80 than to 60.
Like you said, you could say that's linear time, whereas cryosleep will shut down your body clock, won't it?
Yeah. So if you're doing a lot of traveling using cryosleep a lot, then you're probably your physical appearance is going to look a lot younger. Going to be physically a lot younger than you actually are, aren't you? I guess. I'm not sure. It's an interesting question. I'm not sure which sort of passage of time they defer to in regards to something like that.
There's a section in the book talks about that and your age and stuff, because there's a whole ethical debate about you go into cryosleep and you end up 50 years older than your partner, for example.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. And it's you end up younger than your kids and stuff. It does address it briefly in the book.
Yeah, because I mean, essentially the biological clock just almost completely shuts down, doesn't it? I mean, they do age. They're not like completely suspended, are they? But yeah, because you can't travel on a ship that's traveling faster than light outside of cryosleep, because it sends people mad.
Wibble.
Yeah.
It sends you crazy. So only synthetics who definitely don't go crazy are the ones that'll be maintaining a ship that's traveling on FTL. So anyway, who's taking who? I guess this is what we're here for. So there has been some chosen already. So I'm going to pick on Jake first, and give him ownership his character. So there. While and give everybody else a. Do you need? Have you looked up the character already, Jake?
Oh yes, I am. I am prepared with my special character introduction.
Excellent.
I have
Give me
gone
one second, I'll be
through
right back.
labors to give each of my other team members here some individualized attention to show my appreciation for accepting me into this group, and to make those that perhaps like me more, and those that hate me even more.
Yeah.
And so you find Diane Sayad in his dark room, facing this pale green glow of the computer screen reflecting back on his face. And the camera zooms in as he is typing, and it says thus: "Dear Shira, it's me, Diane, and it has been way too long since I've heard your song. But as promised, that time ago, here is my weekly correspondence. It has been a while since I last fought any of the two divine cultists, and gods know it was fracking bore to guard the defeated populace after that military action. Of course, we never did find what we were looking for, but then again, neither did the cultists. At least we hope not. But it appears that my patience and loyalty has been rewarded. I landed myself a cushy gig as head of security for a survey team. I know what you're thinking. I'm just a babysitter babysitting a bunch of nerdy civvies. Hell yeah, and hoorah to that. As the only member of the security team, I am in charge of a department of one. I can go anywhere I please and do anything I want, except for perhaps the captain's quarters. Still, in the name of security, I distributed the PDT bracelets to all the crew so that I can keep track of their locations, and so that I can always be anywhere I want to and make sure nobody else knows. I am not nerdy enough to be of any use to anybody on the survey team, and in the name of security, I have access pretty much to everything, and no reason not to be anywhere I want to be. Finally, a cushy job getting paid credits for little to no work. You may think that this is a boring position, but I have to say that it really is not. Dr. Navarre, who I affectionately call the Professor, in reference to that cult classic series Gilligan's Island, is so inspiring. The Professor is super interesting and very smart. He looks closer to 80 than to 60, but boy is he spry for somebody his age, and his mind is tack sharp. He even has been kind enough to explain to me, in terms that I can understand, what he is surveying. I have even started reading some of his previous works just to help pass the time, and he entertained some of my questions, although I think he approaches my curiosity and the fact that I'm reading his work in a sort of bemused way. Still, he is kind and charismatic, and I feel naturally compelled to want to protect him and his knowledge at all costs. Being in his presence makes me wonder if a path in the sciences could have been more of a rewarding life path to me than the one I'm currently on. But with all the gizmos and doodads he has in his library, I don't think I could have mastered them like I could my weapons. The universe, though, really does need more people like the Professor. Believe it or not, the rest of the team that I deal with on a day-to-day basis are all women in their 30s and 40s. And with the Professor being the only other male member of the team, well, let's just say I should be getting more recreational exercise from the female team members, but oddly enough, this hasn't been the case. First of all, there's this woman. Her name is Lark. Let me tell you something about Lark. Lark is dark. She is really pretty, but shows no emotion to me at all. You would think that a pretty middle-aged woman would be attracted to an elite soldier such as myself and invite me to warm her bed every now and then. But her responses to any of my other advances has been very cold. She keeps insisting that I refer to her as Dr. Lark, and she gives me the feeling like she can read through my very soul. I think she's one of those head doctors. Speaking of pretty females, in the group, there's also this Drabakowski, but I mistakenly called her the Big Lebowski, and she doesn't really engage with me at all. I think that in calling her the Big Lebowski, she may have think that I was trying to say that she was fat. But man, these civvies don't know how to take it when you bequeath nicknames upon them. Not like us in the service. Drabikowski is actually a petite little thing that I could lift with one arm. I have seen her working with the professor, but to be honest, that is about as expressive as she gets around here. With such a small team, I would have thought that there would be more of a close-knit group. You know, like where we were in the CCC, Charlie Corporate Commando Group, but that's not the case. Lastly, there's Captain Luger, who I get on the best with. As captain, she has a very similar sense of military as I do. And if anybody here is even close to being able to give me orders, it would be her. I respect her, but I'm also enthralled by her. There is something in her eyes that is more than just very attractive. It is as though through those eyes, I sense a bit of something deep in her, like life has beaten her down. But she remains a fighter, earning and yearning for a better tomorrow. Out of all the rest, I would trust her most to share a foxhole with me. And that is the best compliment I know I can give anybody else, male or female. So, until our next correspondence, keep safe, and I love you. As I hit send, I receive an automated reply from last week's correspondence, stating that the recipient of my previous correspondence is no longer being monitored as that military member was deceased in the Frontier War. As per usual, I delete the automated reply from my inbox and wipe a tear from my cheek.
Oh.
Very good.
Right. Yeah. I feel sorry for anybody who's coming after Jake.
I know.
Yeah, it's like
so
you're the one person in the class that actually did their homework. The rest of us are like,
I may know more about your characters than you do now. Who knows?
But Jake's character in that brought up an interesting point. That I didn't mention, each character has, as well as a secret agenda, each character has a buddy, which is their favorite person, their most trusted person, and a rival. I think Jake has rewritten his buddy and his rival.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I hope not. Let me see.
Oh, unless I was looking at the wrong one.
No, I think I was very cognizant of that, I hope. Oh, I'm sorry. Wow. I may have done so, as a matter of fact. And I don't know if the PDF I was looking at was the right one when I was doing that. Oh, my God.
We can rectify that. We can rectify that in some way.
Well, wait till next week. I'll have a new one written up. Scrap that.
We can come to some. We'll sort it out one way or another.
It's like we will come to some form of arrangement.
So, well done, Flea. So, who have you picked?
Wait, me?
Yeah, you just volunteered. Well done.
Me, I'm playing Drabikowski.
Drabikowski?
She was the one who reminded me the most of Hammer.
Oh my God!
God.
Mm-hmm. Instead of having guns, she uses fists.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Oh God, I'm gonna check.
Well, she's got close combat too, anyway. It's good enough for me.
Okay, then. So maybe you can give us a bit of an introduction to Colonel Doctor Drabowski.
Colonel Doctor Drabowski. Yeah, I might give up with the accent. Colonel Doctor Drabowski. The name just rolls off the tongue. Child prodigy, respected by all and sundry who come across her. I was inducted into the Ministry of Space Security at 14. Quickly showed an affinity for the space scientists, outpacing my own instructor. The fool tried to keep up. Colonel Doctor by the age of 25. Went aboard to study with the Gelhold Institute and I've been part of a cultural exchange program now for over a decade. It's almost like my colleagues do not want me back. I am a valued member of the Institute's think tank. I'm happy for the opportunities of life outside the UPP that is afforded me, but I miss my family. Sometimes think about returning home to Kath for a visit, but I would rather stay here at the Institute. I tend to keep myself to myself. I'm not one for making happy, as they say. I've got a good friend in Ijiri. Ijiri and I have known ourselves for most of the time I have been here. We've worked on several projects together. My biggest problem at the moment is the fact that we've been given an idiot for security who seems to think that the way forward is being friends to everyone. It's not. The way to keep forward is to keep himself to himself and look after our security needs rather than trying to make friends with all of us. And I do not understand this friendship thing or why he seems to be trying to force it on me. I just want to be left to do my job. The other members of the group I have seen, and they seem adequate for the job we have been given. But I guess we will see whether that is true or not in time. Please stop making me make things up on the fly.
On the fly. Make things up on the fly.
I'm making things up on the fly.
Yay. Okay.
I'm now going to spend the next 45 minutes nitpicking on every single other character in this script. No, I'm not.
So, who's going to volunteer since anybody volunteers? Andy?
Go on then, why not?
Oh, well, all right, Colin.
Right.
Okay, so Colin, you are taking
Hector Navarre.
Hector Navarre.
Yeah, obviously I've been at this game for a while. Studied that they give me like fancy titles and stuff, but that's not really what's important. I always had a fascination for life and how it works, and right down to the sort of molecular chemical interactions. Like, it's amazing how we are all just sparks of electricity and chemical reactions, and I've always been fascinated by that. Whenever I look at an organism, I don't know, I just feel like I'm close to the source of life itself. Of course, over the years, you have to be patient and just take your time and be methodical. You know, there's no room for error. We still haven't uncovered the secrets of life for their own species. And now we're discovering that as we venture into the stars, there's more things out there than we could ever have imagined. Even the old vid feeds back in the day aren't even close to what we discovered on a daily basis. It's a person could spend a whole lifetime just asking questions and never getting the answer. It's amazing. So, of course, when I got this opportunity to come and study another alien life form, which apparently is more complicated than the crustaceans or amoeboids that we've discovered so far, of course, I was going to say yes. There's no question about it. Yeah, there's money and stuff, but hey, got plenty of that anyway. But yeah, so far, getting to know the crew. We've been here for a while. Most of them seem pretty decent. Just getting along. Harenstam, quite a solid person there. Just, you know, gets on with it. Very dedicated to the role. Quite young, but you know, that spark of youth I remember having once myself. You know, and wide-eyed at the universe. I really appreciate that. And everyone else is just jolly and gets on with it. Whatever I need to get. Not too sure about that Draconis one though. Like, I don't know. Maybe they're a bit too intense.
You really
need to remember why we become scientists in the first place. You know, it's the wonderment, and sometimes the journey is more important than the results, and the questions asked is more important than just filling out a lab report. But hey, each to their own. You know, I've encountered all sorts in my life, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to this opportunity and adventure. Like, we're on the cusp of something else. It could change everything we know. It could confirm everything we've questioned so far. Who knows? It's all to play for. But I just feel like this is going to be a good one. It's going to be life-changing. And at my stage of the game, this could be my last opportunity to really contribute to the world knowledge. And I hope I do my bit.
Okay. Very good. Very good. And I'm looking at Andy, so I'm going to go with Andy, who is our synthetic for today.
Does he prefer the term artificial person?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that most of the time anyway. My name is Dr. Lark, Henry E.C. My number is 3637. My age is 10, but I look 40. My smile is smoothing and my voice is measured and sure. Not a real doctor, just a former hostage negotiation android running in psychology decorate subroutine. It's no secret that I'm an artificial person. Officially, you are here to make sure the humans keep their cool. Unofficially, you are here to make sure they toe the company line. As mere synthetic, you are the only team member who will be immune to psychological effects caused by close proximity.
Oh,
Oh,
Blah blah blah.
blah blah. All right.
Please go on. That was very interesting.
Sorry, nothing said there. I understand human emotions. I just don't feel them. You want to, but just outside your I can't say it.
Cognitive.
Yes. So I do have a teddy bear with me. I call it Spot. To keep
What?
my patience. Yeah, I have a teddy bear. It says a ragdoll, but I've changed it to a teddy bear.
All right. Your mic keeps going in and out, Andy. That's all.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's just it's because you're like moving backwards and forwards. I think.
Sorry. I do have a teddy bear with me, so my patients hold when I'm in a session with them to make them feel all nice and warm and fluffy and make them reassured and nice. Other than that, I do feel Headstrom is a very good person. I do, however, have a thing with Algeri. I don't trust him. I don't know why, but there's something about Algeria I just don't like. But I'm here to keep everyone safe and keep their wits about them.
Very good.
Okay.
Very good. So finally, Lee, who
Yeah.
the most important role in the game.
The least important role.
Oh, is Lee the commander again?
It's a
Awesome.
commander.
We look forward to your leadership.
Oh my god, not again.
So the name's Luger. Do you believe in aliens? And I'm not talking about the ones like microscopic that are on petri dishes in this place that we've been sent to. I'm talking about real, honest to goodness aliens that are out there, man. I do. I believe in it. Actually, I've got a story to tell about it. It's not to me, so I don't think that I'm crazy or anything like that. But there is something going on with the governments. Not that you need me to tell you that. My parents died on a trawler when I was, just a baby, really. A collision, they called it, but I'm not so sure now. I know what I know, or what I found out in later life. But I was raised by my pops, and he told me a story that they weren't the only ones to die. Yeah, that's right. Other members of my family have gone in a similar kind of direction. It was actually my great aunt. He told me that she'd gone missing on a starship. But you see, these corporate types, they'll do anything to avoid paying out. So they never. This is how clever they are. They never officially declared her dead. They just declared her missing in action. You see, and that's how they do it. So she's still out there somewhere, and I know she is. They even came down on me when I started asking questions, and I started looking in my own time, started searching for her, and there was no leeway in their remorse, not even an ounce of sorrow. They just told me to cease and desist, and bungled me off into the corner arse end of space. Until basically they made my life hell. So I had no option but to kind of give up the search for her. But they're not fooling me. I don't need to find her body to know that there's something that's happened to her. And if it isn't aliens, it's something to do with this goddamn corporation. So when they've basically put me in a hole and sent me to this thing, transporting scientists everywhere for this research project. Yeah, they see it as a punishment, but that's where I get my own back. Because if they want to do that, this is a cakewalk for me. This beats trawling tons of stuff and with mindless boredom. If they want to send me out here and pay me to do it, then that's just on them. But you never know. Maybe there's something now that I'm in this place where there's nothing around me and nobody watching me. Maybe, just maybe, I might be able to start my search again. But like I said, I don't need to know. There's something out there and she's not dead. At least, I don't think so. Sajad kind of humors me. I think he likes me. He's all right. He's kind of cute, but yeah, I just can't get on with the head guy Navarra. He's just too. He's like a stick in the mud. He's too official. He's another one that plays by the rules. I tolerate him because I have to. The next step off this ladder is something far worse, but yeah, it could do with the chilling out a bit. and doesn't even get me started on Draconis. She seriously needs to get the stick out of her ass. The rest of them are okay. I think the German one has a bit of a thing for me, but he's a bit too weird, and that's not even starting on the synthetic. But they're decent enough people. Anyway, I'll let you get on, but just bear in mind they're watching us.
So, just as an addendum to that, the trawler that you've been piloting for the last 6 years has been doing this same run.
Mm-hmm.
You've done this run 8 times in the last 6 years, from Gateway Station in Earth orbit all the way out to 26 Draconis. And you've done this run eight times. It takes about 3 months, the run, most of which is spent in cryosleep. But anyway, so
nice.
Radio. So let us move on a little bit then. So there's a couple. I just mentioned this. So there's a couple of characters that weren't chosen. So I guess I'll do the give the dirt on those. We have got which characters have probably been mentioned. Dr. Tetsuo Ijira. So. Dr. Ijira is a radiobiologist who specializes in medical applications, and he's a real company man, career person. In '83, a solar flare from the star NN 3553 killed 6 people under his supervision. But Weyland Yutani cleared him of any wrongdoing in the incident. But he still blames the company somewhat for their lax protocols. He publicly questioned operational protocols and working conditions, and the company has given him one last job before they retire. Before they retire him, basically, to a purely managerial desk job. So he thinks there's quite a few egos on this particular expedition, but he's pretty sure that he can keep them wrangled. He tends to project an outer calm that others find reassuring. And he always intends to try and keep people safe. And if he does this job right, he'll retire with some serious benefits. Fuck it up, though, and he's probably going to lose everything. And then, of course, we have Professor Brother Harenstam. So Harenstam is 38. Already it's quite apparent he's got quite an obsessive personality. In college, he was one of the party crowd, kind of party person. At graduation, he tells you that his friends were staying on for doctorate. So he had a fake prison tattoo, a fake prison barcode tattooed onto the back of his neck, and you kept it as a permanent reminder of his debaucherous youth. But he's always been intelligent, always been on the cusp, always been top of the class, and it wasn't long before he became a major player in biotechnology. And after his 7th published paper, which he's keen to tell everybody about, he landed a swank government contract. Unfortunately, setbacks soon forced him to the government to close down the project that he was working on, and he did suffer a minor nervous breakdown. Did have various therapy sessions. They didn't feel really helped. In fact, he's convinced it made him feel worse. But luckily, Weyland-Yutani got him back on his feet with an ironclad this new contract, and now he's developing biotech exclusively for them. And Harenstam is totally on board with that. He's totally fine with developing this kind of tech for the company. It doesn't bother him in the slightest. So, what's the story, Mother? Oh, let us move you over to this other screen.
And so it begins.
You are all an international science team handpicked by Weyland-Yutani to investigate a new form of life. It's a survey, sample, and essay job, but one where you were offered book deals, benefits, university tenure, and lots of money to accept. You were hastily contracted and transported past the outer rim aboard an understaffed plasma trawler called the Cetorina. After a 3-month cryosleep, you've arrived at your destination. As the viewport shutters hiss open, the observation deck, fills with an eerie amber glow. Beyond the ship's reinforced glass, a cosmic abyss stretches into infinity. This is 26 Draconis, a restricted system notable because it is home to the Ablasan black hole, known grimly as the Drain, which looms before you, a colossal maw of nothingness surrounded by a swirling vortex of ravenous plasma streams. 2 dying orange dwarf stars spiral toward their annihilation, shedding rivers of molten light into the black hole's gravitational grip. The scene is mesmerizing and monstrous. Jets of plasma arc violently across the accretion disk, igniting the darkness with bursts of fiery red and gold. The disk itself churns with unrelenting chaos, its circular bands moving with impossible speed as they cascade into oblivion. Whatever life they've found is out there in all of that. Floating amidst this cosmic storm, the Erebus station clings precariously to the edge of the event horizon. The station's cruciform structure, haphazardly pieced together from recycled starship and refinery factory parts, glows faintly with the energy siphoned from the surrounding chaos. Its trawling arms reach deep into the plasma stream like skeletal fingers, harvesting power from the abyss. The ship's Bishop-type android, Grey, steps closer to the viewport. Magnificent, isn't it? He murmurs, his voice tinged with reverence and unease. The black hole's gravitational pull seems to hum in your ears, a barely perceptible vibration that resonates in your very bones. Even the ship feels fragile here, trembling slightly as if aware of the danger. Grey quietly places an activated modular computing device on the deck. As he steps away from it, he whispers, this is from the company, I'm told.
You look confused, probably wondering why a synthetic is sitting behind a mahogany desk. Understandable. I'm not a bishop android. I created them. I'm Michael Bishop, Company Director of Special Projects. I'm recording this August 7th, the year of our Lord, 2185, the morning of your departure from Gateway Station. Magnificent, isn't it? Living in that swirling plasma soup is a file they're calling the Eastdalen lights. The lights fit all the criteria for life, and they may even be intelligent. The Rebos observed them swarming around a significant meteoric mass in the plasma field, so we gave the green light to anchor the meteor to the station for study. The science officer, name is Clark. We'll bring you more on that when you arrive. Now, a couple of safety concerns. First, the Rebos is a prison work site. And conscripted convicts. Warden Douglas Stekes and his androids maintain order. Just don't wander off alone. Second, that black hole puts out electromagnetic energies that can scramble your brain like staying awake during FTL. But much worse, if you feel depressed or paranoid, talk to Dr. Lark. If you start feeling anything extreme, report to the station's medical officer, Webb. He's got meds too. All about these lights. How smart are they? Is there a pattern to their flashes? Are they trying to communicate? What properties do they exhibit? Think of all we can learn from them. I only wish I could be there with you. Good luck.
So, Grey, the Bishop android picks up the modular computer and takes it away, leaving you all stood on the observation deck.
I'll take a moment to look out and I'll just go, fascinating. It's almost like we're at the end of the universe. You read about this stuff in books, but wow. And I just look in awe at the sight before me.
How long until we reach the station?
So the pilot tells you should be coming into on approach and should be docked within the next half hour, depending on station protocols.
Hey, Luger, I just heard a good one. What do you call a guy who likes other guys, but nobody likes him back? A Home Alone.
Huh. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Not words.
Anyways, it's a really great rig you got here.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's a far cry from the big trawlers, but it's good, all the comforts of home.
Man, that Dr. Navarre, he's really special. He's, I hardly see him napping in the afternoon at all. He's really spry. I'm impressed.
And he's too busy looking for infractions or something like that, among his staff.
Yeah, he seems driven.
He's too uptight, man. I could never be a scientist. I could never be a soldier.
Oh, yeah, you're reading him wrong. The professor's pretty cool. I mean, he'll even interact with us. We don't know much about science and stuff, but he's been pretty generous with his time. I like him.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He to me, he's just another face of the man. He just buys it, and I can't deal with people like that. Somebody who's like a puppet, I can't do that.
I hear ya. Well, anyways, you're still up for backgammon later on tonight after work?
Oh, I think I'm washing my hair on that one.
There's nobody decent to play backgammon with on this ship. All right.
Need to find something better. You're a soldier, goddammit. What about shouldn't you be like throwing knives at each other's feet or something like that?
No, I'm done with that. I once played knifies with a synthetic. I didn't know he was a synthetic. He kept taking this knife and going between my fingers stuff. He scared the shit out of me. I had to change my armor. It was that bad.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's no fun playing against somebody who can have a knife in his foot and not even react.
Yeah.
You'll never win that way.
No, I'm looking forward to this job. Give me a nice, peaceful place. Nothing's gonna happen going from. I mean, this is just ideal. I had enough with this fighting and stuff, man. It's gets too intense, Takes a lot out of you too young in life.
Yeah, I do now. Where's the others?
I believe they're right around us.
We are listening.
I'm making sure you're all okay.
Yeah.
Just to butt in briefly onto this on the conversation. So so you'll notice that some things on the navigation bar at the top, you can see some scenes. So these scenes you can move freely between.
Okay.
You will also notice. Oh, if you come to the terminus landing page, not to be outdone. You'll notice that when you point the pointer, it's interactable in a basic way. So
press all the buttons.
Nice.
If the screens, if you put the pointer on, you get a little hand, and if you double click, it will open up various things. So the center screen will give you give you access to the rules.
Oh, thank God for that.
Oh, wow.
The left-hand screen will give you the currently just the maps of the station.
Oh, very swish.
And the right-hand screen will give you access to your character sheet.
Very cool.
Yeah, like I say, it's only basic. Anyway,
very nice.
I might
Very
add more.
nice.
I might add more to it as we go along. But yeah, so right. So sorry, I interrupted you there. So please feel free to continue your dialogue, interpersonal dialogue.
Does anybody know how long this prison's been here?
There's a good one. Have we been told that?
So no, none of you are aware of. Well, in fact, let me have a. I'm not sure unless it's in people's backgrounds.
Are you calling me an ex-prisoner?
I believe this is what is known as a secret facility. There's always something going on that we're not familiar. I wonder what you have to do to get sent to this place. It must be quite severe.
So I would say if out of all of you, the at least Captain Luger has some knowledge because she's made this trip for the back and forth for the past 6 years. So how much of this you share with other people is another matter altogether.
Okay.
But
I'm just looking at the crew complement.
So Erebus Station has been here about 12 years.
Right.
Okay. You don't know the exact details, but basically this area is like one area of space that is like various treaties that it's off limits because it's dangerous.
Oh, okay.
It's incredibly dangerous. But Weyland-Yutani won an exploitation contract from colonial administration, and they set up the Erebus Station to harness the plasma flow in energy trawlers, one which is the ship, much like the ship that you run.
Nice.
That's what your ship is, an energy trawler. It's huge vessel. In fact, I think let's see. Got a thing if we can find it. There we are. So yes, this is which is
Oh, nice.
that's your ship. So the actual inhabitable areas and areas of the ship you can access is tiny compared to the actual size of the ship. It's this thing's huge, and it's quite new for a spacefaring vessel. It is only 10 years old.
Oh wow!
And it's been souped up and customized. It's one of the fastest ships in the Weyland-Yutani fleet of this size and weight. It's got an FTL rating of 6, which means that it takes its the rating. It means I believe it travels 6 parsecs every month.
Right. I'm very much underselling it.
How long would it take it to do the Kessel run, though?
Good question. Well, it takes, if that, by comparison, it takes it's well, the start map of the heavens. How many things it is? I think it's about 66 parsecs from Sol, from Gateway Station all the way out here, and it takes 3 months to travel to make that journey.
Right. Pretty much since it were built, it's been doing this trip, then, hasn't it?
Yeah, a few years after. So you've been 8 runs over 6 years, so about half the. Oh yeah, the ship. You mean? Yeah. But yeah, so the station was built about 12 years ago. It was originally staffed by trawler workers, had a normal workforce, but due to the dangers of working within close proximity of a black hole, it was eventually repurposed to be staffed by criminals. So there's a convict workforce essentially. So you think there's about 100 inmates, convicts, compared to a fraction of that in staff.
Yeah.
So a small number of staff, and that uses a contingent of Siegs and androids to as security with the convicts.
Okay. Cool.
What type of work is the convict workforce doing?
They are basically running the station is a plasma extractor, so it extracts plasma from these decaying suns, and then it converts it into energy and stores it in batteries. So it's a really valuable, much sought after energy source. So basically, Captain Luger's job is to is generally to transport these plasma energy cells back and forth.
So it's
But
just
the ship also, part of the reason why a ship is so efficient is the large opening on the front and back of the ship. It's this huge like port, and it's got like intakes and processors, part of the plasma energy that powers the engines, which is why it's so fast.
it's like a Dyson Hoover.
If a Dyson Hoover processed plasma energy and used it to travel through interstellar space, yes.
Who knows what these deconfirmed Dyson Hoovers can do?
But yeah, on the Stars of the Heavens tab, you can see where there's a line that shows you the route from Sol system all the way out to Draconis, 26 Draconis, which is on the very outer rim of explored space.
Is this route the red line?
Yes, the red line is the route. Like I say, I believe it's 66 parsecs. It's even you can even measure it out with the ruler, I believe, from the character tokens. Oh no, I tell a lie. It is it is 13 parsecs. But yeah, it's a 3 month journey.
10 parsecs a month. But
Well, the Falcon done 12 parsecs, so in the Kessel run. So yeah.
yeah, but they use it as a unit of time in there, not a unit of distance.
Okay.
I'm
Not
wondering
like yours.
if, as science officer, I would have access to security records through Mother.
Security records of what precisely?
I'd like to find out more about Clark. We're supposed to meet with him. I just want to get the lay down of who he is.
Okay. Right. Yes. Let me see.
I'm trying to find Andromeda.
Mother?
It's a galaxy. It's way off that map.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, this is our Milky Way. Sorry.
Right. So you can give us, if you want to take a moment to go and access the computer system on board. You can see if you can link up to, because obviously there's not going to be any information on the crew stored on board the Katarina, but you might be able to. You should be able to at this distance. You should be able to access the mainframe, the system on the Erebus. If you want to make a computer use, is it computer use?
It is Comtech, in fact.
Comtech, yes.
I am unfamiliar, but I'm just going to pretend. I'm pretending more. I think more to be officious than everything. So I'm just going to go, in front of everybody. Mother, please relay all information about Eberos's science officer, Clark, to the station, please.
So the onboard computer, I'm not sure if it is Mother on this. I'll have to double check. It's on the criteria of the ship. But yeah, so the AI reports back that is unable to access the system on Erebus.
Perhaps as we get closer.
Radio. Just check. I'm just going to check. It has, yeah. So, sorry, the Katarina has a mother 6,500 on board. So, yeah, decent, quite an advanced version, I believe. I would have to double check on that, but I believe so. Right. So, unless there's anything else anybody wants to discuss or talk about, I'll take that as a no. So there is one thing before we move on. There is one thing I would like to ask you to do for our next session. I would like you to come up with either a situation or a well, Jake's already kind of done this. A situation or a bit of a monologue or something that doesn't have to be of critical importance to the plot, something that's of importance to your character that happened before embarking on this voyage. So if you can come up with something like that for next time.
Okay.
Getting serious, we're getting homework now. Let's see.
Yeah, homework.
Is this next level TTRPG?
Yeah.
I can think of one.
Save it for next time then. Okay, so with that out of the way, let us move on, shall we?
I'll put that down.
So, as you near the station, the Erebus station, you all return to your people with duties, particularly the pilot, of course. Return to your stations. The rest of you maybe just stay on the observation deck, watching the scene unfold in front of you, and Captain Luger and anybody else who's in fact, probably a general announcement across the ship. So gravitational levels from the black hole are within expected levels as the captain brings the Katerina in on approach to the Erebus station. Strangely, there are no comms, only static. You're greeted only by the station's automated docking beacon signal. Coming around, you are surprised to see that the station appears to have suffered external damage to a few decks. It looks like small meteor hits. Erebus is mostly dark. As you approach, though, the lights on the main concourse come alive. A docking port extends at Terminal 2 of Deck G.
Okay. I'm getting. Everybody can see this, can they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And am I right in saying Navarra's like the chief scientist?
Biochemical, anyway, in that field.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if anyone is particularly in charge. I think everybody has joint levels of responsibility, I believe.
Okay.
The individual characters might have different views on that.
Right. Obviously, I'll speak up and say, you seen this? Looks like some kind of weird plasma flare or something like that's damaged the exterior. Still some operational.
A plasma flare would. I don't know what the shielding's like in this particular installation, but a plasma flare would do a lot more damage. I'll sort of squint and I'll have a look.
Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
He did. Make it do something.
Yeah, you've done it now. Yeah, you've done that.
Why
Into
did
the
you,
airlock!
Why did you blow yourself out of the airlock? You
I just volunteered to
Like
jump out of the
my
airlock
ship.
and go and look.
Come to that, he just snatched controls of the ship.
Well, it's like we did want to dock, but not necessarily in the first class lounge.
Yeah, I can crash better than you can.
I mean, plasma is arcing all over the place. I mean, the orange glow that you can see. That's all from the plasma that's been sucked from these dying red dwarfs, and the purpose of the station is to tap into these streams of plasma, which it like extracts energy from, and then it processes it into a usable format.
Does it look like the storage?
So I imagine if the shielding failed, it would be a catastrophic. It'd be a 0 or a 1. Be either perfectly fine, no station anymore.
Yes. So there would have to be some level of shielding, otherwise, the station would not exist. Sorry, what was that you were going to say, Philippe?
I was asking, does it look as if like the storage units have been damaged? Or is the plasma just what it's basically picking up by being here?
Yes. So it's basically on the lowest part of the station. There's like what look like stalks coming off it, and these are like receptors that basically essentially hoover up like plasma into the station, and then it's processed into a different form, so it's so they can like then store it in like plasma batteries, and then it's shipped out by people like Captain Luger.
Luger, maybe get on those comms, reach out, see if Clark's around. That looks like it's sustained heavy damage. Maybe Clark could let us know what's going on, if it's even safe to approach now.
That's an okie dokie.
It's strange that we can't get comms, but they're offering us a docking bay.
So something else I should point out, a little bell and whistle kind of got. If on your icons on the left hand side, sorry, excuse me. Let me just check which one it is. You should see one that looks a bit like a ribbon.
Ribbon. Ribbon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says journal notes if you put your pointer on it. If you click on that, you will see an icon that looks like a little robot face.
Yes.
And it gives you access to a Mother 6000 terminal, which if you click on it, it will open a little screen on your...
Oh, way cool.
And basically, it's got a few functions, but basically you can use this to... as an alternative, one of the functions you can use for it is as an alternative to a whisper system. It has got some other uses, but that's the main one we use. So you can use it to communicate with Mother.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to try and communicate not with Mother, but with the station. Erebus station. This is Seterina. TOM, do you copy?
There's just static feeds back.
Obviously, just keep repeating that. Try different bandwidths and stuff like that. See if there's anything comes in.
Is anybody else doing that? I mean, you're kind of passengers, but.
Professor, so if I understand it correctly, there are prisoners on there now, and nobody's responding on comms. where the prisoners are sent to work, correct?
That's correct, as far as I'm aware. That's rather concerning.
99 prisoners versus however many staff it was and one cat.
Cat's holding its own.
And that's why there are no rats. There's a zero population of rats listed on that. So it's pretty good.
How big are these meteor holes? Are they significant?
They're quite. I mean, you know, there must have been. I mean, you're not talking huge meteors. There must have been like meteoroids, if you like, but they've caused there's significant damage to several levels of the station.
Are they external strikes?
Yes.
Can we say that they've come from the outside in?
Yes. And it looks like some sections of the station are open to space.
They're not coming in. I mean, to me, it looks like some kind of raider attack.
Is there any with the meteor?
Are they meteor strikes? Are they, or does it look more like weapons fire?
Well, let us see. That would give, I guess, maybe a observation roll.
Oh my God, he's actually asking me to do something.
Well, in engaging the Ebera Station side view, which we have, can we correlate the letters with the areas that seem to be damaged?
Yes, I can.
Can I make this observation roll?
Oh, sorry.
If I may.
Oh, no, I apologize. I should not.
No. Oh, no. Whoops.
Can you make it? My God, 3 successes.
Yes, definitely did.
I said, two of those dices were sitting on top of each other. How am I supposed to read that?
This is nice. So you've got potential stunts if there's anything you wanted to use them for. But the basically, yeah, it's not weapons fire. It's clearly you can see this shows clear signatures of small meteor strikes. And there is a meteor field in an outer orbit around the black hole.
Is it just
in like a in a kind of gravitational orbit?
Why would you put a station in the same orbit as a meteor field?
So it's not, the station's not in the same orbit. Station's on the event horizon, but there is like a belt, a small belt of meteorites that are caught in another orbit.
This isn't one of those for every 10 minutes we're going to spend here, 15 years are going to pass, is it?
How long has this meteor belt been around here? Because this is a bit of a dodgy situation, really. Because surely they wouldn't have plonked this right near a meteor belt.
Well, I think the profit for extracting the energy, it's one of those balancing up this thing's probably paid for itself 100 times over already in the first year. I think
the black hole is having effects on us already, because ever since we've been here, that clock hasn't moved from 13, 16, 26.
There we go. It's just started.
Time is relevant.
You just had to look at it for it to work. So you're all scientists with varying degrees of knowledge of space, outer space, things that happen in space. So it would be I think it would be safe to assume that all of you would guess that this asteroid field, these small asteroids that are in orbit around the black hole are obviously a result of the sun's breaking down.
Apparently, I am indeed an astrophysicist and would know that.
Yes, there you go.
And I suppose, logically speaking, seeing this as
and of course it's a black hole, so it's drawing matter in from slowly drawing matter in from outside.
All types of matter.
Anything?
Meteorites.
Is there any?
So effectively, this is hitting a point where.
So the
It's starting to
station
draw.
is on the event horizon, and it's not just sitting there. Of course, it's got thrusters that keep it at that point.
Has the
keep
damage
it
been
balanced.
localized?
It's spread. Sorry, I was just going to look at it. It's spread over several of the levels of the station, which I will find for you in 1
I'm
second.
having a flashback to a film I watched the other day. If we got on board here and there's a guy with a beard and a robot called Maximilian, I'm leaving. I am.
What do you want to do, gents and
Um,
ladies?
is there any, from where these meteor hits, is there any like debris what's come out of that? From obviously, I guess there might be, but there should be debris, or unless the bulkheads are.
If there was any debris, then it's since been pulled towards the black hole. Because don't forget, the station manages to maintain its position purely by the force of the engines that keep it in place, thrusters that keep it in place.
Yeah.
Well, the thrusters haven't been damaged, then, have they?
No, they haven't.
No ship. Basically, it's an all or nothing. You go outside, you go whoop.
Yeah.
Game over.
We've got 3 choices: turn round, go back, and not get paid; dock with the station, complete our mission, and get paid; or dock with the station and get killed by prisoners who will then use the ship to escape, and we won't get paid. I think we should dock and find out what is happening on the station. Do you have guns on this ship?
Don't be silly. You don't take guns onto a prison colony. That would be the most dangerous thing.
No. The guns will stay on the ship. The guns are just there in case the prison colony tries to come onto the ship.
Well, I mean, we could try to save the prisoners. There might be good money in that. I mean, like prioritization of life and everything. And, the prisoners understand that we're trying to save them. They should have no reason to attack us. We'll be their saviors.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Wayland Yutani station, isn't it?
It is.
I just rolled my eyes at Jake.
So, in answer to your question, the damage is spread across deck E, F, and H.
Oh.
Correction modules. Wait, hold on. How's that keeping? If that's
I'm guessing the correction area is where the prisoners are actually kept.
Yeah, and so the factory where they'd be working, the corrections modules where they'd be sleeping if they weren't working, and food and supply. So we don't know how long this has been in this situation for.
No, and it's not the entire level. It's just one. It's just one side.
One side of it.
Yeah.
Well, can we guess less than 6 months?
You would have thought so, because the
regular
communication is like stellar communication is slow, but yeah, it would have.
No, but I mean from the last visit.
Yeah.
3 months back. What's the turnaround? A week or two?
Yeah, so it's 3 months then back. But yeah, they would have heard. So it must be fairly recent. Must be. I mean, there's communication relays will be set up so to make communication is instant, but it's quick enough. So yeah, this must have happened recently, very recent.
Before we even think about docking, should we send a message back?
Yeah.
Well, we can in case there's any sort of interruption to communications.
What are we going to say, though? We don't really know anything.
I say we could always, and you'll love this idea, send somebody across in a suit.
So we could give a status report that we've arrived at the destination. We've noticed external damage to 3 decks on the port side. That's certainly reasonable to do. And still, there is this curious thing about the lights they want us to observe. Certainly, we don't need to dock with the station to observe pretty lights. I mean, this guy's ridiculous. He says there might be intelligence in it. We take some recordings. We try to flash some light backs. Nothing's going to happen, and then we leave. Bob's your uncle.
What about, like, the people?
Well, we continue to try to communicate back and forth, see if there's anybody there. If there is, then yes, we initiate rescue procedures. There's no reason not to finish our mission first.
I want to say it could be interference from the black hole that's stopping comms, but it can't be because we're receiving a docking beacon.
You do realise the ship is named Erebus, and you do know what that actually means: darkness and gloom.
Erebus, yeah, it's named after a volcano.
Mm-hmm.
Darkness and gloom. So that doesn't fill me with. Well, it doesn't fill me with anything.
The name of a good old-fashioned British battleship, the Erebus.
Yeah,
what happened to that?
Look,
during World War One.
Happy to communicate back, but not so happy to leave people to die. If word gets back, then
No.
I can kiss my remains of my career goodbye.
No, what I mean for the communication is if we're going to dock in case we need a rescue party, there has to be protocols. So just let them know there's extensive damage. No sign of.
Could we try and contact
operational
the station with lights?
So Dr. Ajiri put a but it says, well, correct me if I'm wrong, Captain, but didn't you say there's a docking, some kind of docking platform?
There is.
Well, then there's your answer. We can't just turn back. We've agreed to do a job, and I, for one, can't afford for things to fail at this early stage. We haven't even arrived on the station, and if I'm correct, if you recall, Mr. Bishop said that the lights that you were just referring to, Sergeant, were observed around a meteoric mass that had been drawn to that was in the vicinity of the black hole, and it was anchored to the station. So the source of these lights is now on, or at least connected to the station. And we have a job to do, gentlemen, ladies.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me. You want to get paid. And obviously, there's people.
I mean, by all means, if one of you wants to put on a suit, I'm sure the captain has compression suits on board. If one of you wants to put on a suit and take a spacewalk, feel free. But I'd be more than happy for us to make use of the docking port that has been generously extended for our use.
Yes. Just out of precaution, I would send a communication back first, let them know what we find.
By all means.
Proceeding.
By all means, Professor Navarro.
Fine. Right, okay.
It could be nothing, but better safe than sorry. If there is something wrong here, at least headquarters knows about it. And
well, there is something wrong. 3 of the decks are damaged on the port side.
They may have already reported this. It could be sailed.
What
they could be operating on the other side of the station, which we obviously can't fly around. Bring us a bit close to danger.
Okay. What's the name of the base that we've come from?
Is it embedded in 3 of the decks on the station?
Is what embedded in 3 of the decks? Sorry.
Rocks.
No,
rocks, man, rocks.
You can't. If you mean, is there any visible sign of the meteors? You can't see any, any trace of the meteors themselves now, or.
Yeah, so I'm not beaming a message all the way back to Sol.
It kind of gets reloaded. It's like a tachyon communication, but it gets bounced off various relay stations. So it's not going to be. It's not going to be. There's no immediate communication. It'll take a few days probably because you're right on the rim.
Right.
Days, maybe but there's no instant. You're not going to get an instant reply by any means.
No. Well, comply with the wishes. I'll explain that the station's been damaged, comms are down, that we're investigating and providing Mayday support to any survivors that need it and try and repair the station as much as we can.
Is the station dark? As in, there's no lights, anything?
There are some lights on the station. Most of it appears to be dark. The docking port that has been extended from the main concourse is now all lit up. So the main concourse and this docking port that has been extended on deck G is lit up.
I would say it's only going to take a few people to go on there just to check about, and the rest will stay on the ship. So we can just do our job and get back.
Dr. Ajiri says, "Excuse me, but I don't mean to be rude, but you're synthetic on this mission. Your remit is what? Are you overseeing this science expedition, or is your remit just to make sure that everybody feels okay?"
Yes, okay,
Doctor.
What? Lark's a synthetic?
Doctor.
That explains so much.
Doctor.
Makes sense now.
Be nice to the samovar.
Oh man, Lark. Sorry, I didn't know. Beep boop beep, 100100. Oh, cool.
I'll tolerate that.
It's all right, folks. It's not racism. You can't be racist to a machine, as it is an item, not a living being.
I'll tolerate that as well.
Well, I'm just explaining to the viewers in case
are
someone
you
goes.
kidding? Synthetics are great. We used you guys in the military. You pull us out of hairy spots. I feel much better now, Lark. I all the respect in the world now. Oh, this is great.
Yes, and to keep you find people sane, I've got a teddy bear named Spot.
Maybe he can't read our minds after all. Then, man, I really pegged him for the psychology type.
Before our fuel runs out and we're sucked into a fiery death in a black hole, can somebody please tell me what the plan is?
So, Doctor, look, just your job. You do this fucking run all the time. Your job is to get us docked to this station. Just do your fucking job.
Doctor. I've got a calm. I don't think any of us are expecting to see extensive damage.
We've all got a lot riding on this. And we sat here wondering whether we should dock, whether we should. This the discovery of a lifetime.
Yes.
Hey, Doctor, I'm all for it. I don't give a shit about the discovery, but my job's to get you here and take you back.
Please do your job, Miss Luger.
Fine.
Fondling the prayer beads in my hand. Dear Dark Dragon, please keep us from all harm as we move forward to explore this damaged station.
I'll do what is required and I will dock.
Okay.
God, I wish I had a pair of sap gloves.
Would you like to hold my teddy bear? That might help.
As in, what's up?
Guess we're docking then after sending the message. Just
yeah. Okay.
You know, there's nothing wrong with being careful. That's many a mistake is made by just foolhardily rushing in. For the sake of 10 minutes, taking a few precautions. Doctor, I hope you don't apply the same sort of fervor to your research. I would question a lot of your work.
I approach my work with enthusiasm and commitment, which seems to be lacking here in this situation at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going to head off the bridge. I'm going to the mess hall where I noticed they have in this brand new ship, basically 10 years, they have the Hydrogenator 3000, and I'm going to go fill my thermos with the coffee. This is the best coffee I have drunk.
It's the only decent thing on the ship.
I'm going to go keep him company because he might be losing his mind. I don't know, but I'll keep him company. I'll go with him.
Okay.
I'm totally going to watch.
Well, as we're about to dock, I'm going to go back to my quarters pod. Just make sure all my materials are fully packed. I generally have it, but I'll just check anyway. Give me something to do.
So Lark, can I make you coffee as well? You drink coffee?
No, I can't drink coffee. I can make you a coffee if you wish, though.
That's very kind. It's just pressing this button here. I can do it, man. But no, great to have you on board.
I don't trust this Ajiri. I don't like him.
Seems rather angry.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Very high strung.
Can't hear you, Andy.
Yeah, I was whispering.
Yeah,
sorry,
I know. I
yeah, sorry.
that.
I'm sorry. I don't like this Ajiri person. He rubs me up the wrong way.
Yeah, I think the captain too, and Navari doesn't seem to get along with him either. I mean, but heck, I mean, just I guess we just gotta tolerate these Brainiacs' outbursts every now and then, and move on with our jobs. Push comes to shove, they got to get what they need to do what we need to do to get out of here, I suppose.
Okay, so some of you, where's everybody else going? So you're going to some of you returning to your quarters to get your gear together. The synthetic and
just call me Sarge.
Sarge, and Sarge has gone to the mess hall or the galley. Obviously, the pilots you're returning to the pilot station, presumably.
I'm overwatching the docking.
Yeah.
I'm overwatching the docking procedure. There's nothing that I can do, but it might be interesting to watch.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so Captain Luger, you bring the ship around the Katarina round on an approach. And line up to on a trajectory to intercept the docking arm.
Here we go. Nice and smooth as butter.
Why have we got an alert siren?
Okay.
Got an alert siren.
So there's an alarm sounded.
I was expecting the Blue Danube.
Yeah.
Not an alarm siren.
Classic reference.
It started off, it was like, duh, and I thought, yes, but then all the notes went wrong.
So suddenly there's an alarm sounds, and
is it supposed
Captain
to be
Luger sensor alerts on the readout are showing a sudden jump in the black hole's gravitational pull, and a sudden storm of meteoroids are torn from their current orbit, pummeling the side of your ship and the Erebus station. As alerts sound off across various systems on the ship, the stabilizing thrusters on Erebus suddenly fire to try and steady the station. But the Katarina is caught in a sudden gravity shear, and the Katarina lurches violently, losing control and careens towards the black hole. And that's where we're going to leave it.
Oh no, not again.
Dodgy pilot, innit? Oh, God.
Oh man.
Damn it.
Very,
Down the plug hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very cool. Yeah, good ending. My favourite bit was when psychologist synthetic said that they didn't like the madman on ship.
It's like yeah, it's kind of like
It's when the programming rebels. It's like,
I'm here to keep everybody calm and to make sure that nobody has arguments with each other. He's a
He's like,
wanker.
I'm going out. I can't deal with this.
hold my teddy bear.
Hey, bud,
No,
can't get
gift you.
I love it.
Gotta bring something different to it, and yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, can we play again tomorrow, same time?
What do you mean we're dead? That's it.
Yeah, game over. That's it. The shortest scenario ever.
Yeah, I know. Whenever you hear the word shearing, that has to do with a
Yes.
ship. It doesn't.
If only we'd listened to the doctor and dock that little bit earlier. Oh,
I doubt it.
Well, now you know how it relates to Alien 3.
So I'm just glad it's got a ball burster. It's like, welcome to the station.
I think Xenos are the least of our worries with this thing. It sounds like it's reaching that critical point where everything's just going to get sucked into the plug hole. So,
yeah.
I don't know if they recover these stations or it's just like, nah, it's made us money. Let it.
You can't, can you? Once you pass Event Horizon, there is no recovering anything.
I've got to be honest. If I was Wayland Utah, I'd just like take the expensive bits back off it and just let like the rest of the station and the convicts just get like into the black hole.
Well, it's a really quick ship, so surely I know it's damaged a bit of it, but surely we've got a load of power to.
Oh yeah,
it depends what the plot requires. I think we're going on to the space station.
I think what we should do is we should just like ram the thrusters onto full and just ram the station and lodge ourselves in there.
Well, I've seen that in them.
So we can reverse it out later.
Yeah, it'd be fun. We can cut our way out later. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
300-point turn.
What do I roll to see if I spilled my coffee?
Be agility roll, wouldn't it?
That will be a mobility check, which we're saving for next time because we need to not only need to see if you spill your coffee, but if you throw the burning hot coffee into your face,
or spill it all over the synthetic.
Or does the gravity suddenly like switch off and it just goes whoop, and then just hovers in front of you as you try to
massive glug of boiling hot coffee, and everybody's just like, oh.
Get away from me! Get away from me!
Jake just kind of like produces a straw from his pocket,
which would still look better than that dopey scene. And
it's the Anchorman 2 all over again in the RV.
There you go. We have begun in earnest, and already a disaster looks like it's about to strike. So there you go, folks.
Look, we always say, "What's the worst that can go wrong?" It's already we're falling into a black hole. I mean, we can't get any worse than this.
We're in the alien universe.
High five.
We're in the alien universe. What can go right? That's just like nowhere.
Oh my
God!
My
union rep is definitely going to hear
into
about
the alien universe where the alien are the white collar staff and we're the xenomorphs.
That's the whole plot twist.
Right, well, there you go, folks. We will be back in 2 weeks' time carrying this on, and be wonderful to see how this all turns out. But there you go, folks. Just please say thanks for everyone for being here.
What do you mean 2 weeks?
It is 2 weeks.
Jake's face then. 2 weeks? What do you mean 2 weeks?
I'm going into cryo sleep until that time, so I'll be like, oh, we're back playing.
Yeah.
Jake calls it a cryo sleep. I just call it a nap.
There you go.
Nap.
Thanks, guys. Great to have you on. Thanks for everybody for turning up in the chat. Congratulations again to Cameron John 2686 for winning the physical copy. And just easy to say, until next time, keep updated with the channel, do the technical things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.